Today's message is taken from Luke 24, verses 13 to 35. As you know, Jesus was crucified during Passover. Every year, a great many people visited Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover. Afterwards, they returned to their hometowns. Jesus' closest friends, the apostles, stayed together in Jerusalem, but other followers headed home. Two of these men were heading to the village of Emmaus, 7 miles from Jerusalem. As they walked along, they were talking with each other about everything that had happened. As they talked and discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked along with them, but they were kept from recognizing him. He asked them, "What are you discussing together as you walk along?" They stood still, their faces sad. One of them, named Cleopas, asked him, "Are you the only one visiting Jerusalem who doesn't know the things that have happened there in these days?" "What things?" Jesus asked. "About Jesus of Nazareth," they replied. "He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers handed him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to save Israel. And it is the third day since all this happened. Some of our women amazed us. They went to the tomb early this morning, but didn't find his body. They came and told us they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Then some of our companions went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but they did not see Jesus." So Jesus said to them, "How foolish you are, and how slow to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Didn't the Messiah have to suffer these things and then enter his glory?" And so, beginning with Moses and all the prophets, Jesus explained to them what was said in all the scripture about himself. As they approached the village of Emmaus, Jesus continued on as if he were going further. But they urged him and said, "Oh, stay with us. It's nearly evening. The day's almost over." So he went in to stay with them. When he was at the table with them, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Then their eyes were open and they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. But they said to each other, "Weren't our hearts burning within us when he talked with us on the road and explained all the scriptures to us?" The two men were very happy, and they immediately hurried right back to Jerusalem to tell the disciples that they had seen the Lord. Now, I wonder which part made these two men the happiest, the fact that they had seen Jesus again after he died, or the fact that they finally realized that everything the prophets had said hundreds of years ago about the Messiah had come true, and that Jesus really was the Messiah.